Stay focused. Dave, are you ready? Can we go? Hmm? Can we go? It's a beautiful Monday morning and another edition of Bystanders at Stands on Flip TV. Michael Adekunle is your anchor. All right, we appreciate esteemed viewers across the world keeping in touch with us on this platform. Say good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you, wherever you are. Wherever you're watching us, it's Flip TV again. Your number one is body review program, Bystanders at Stand. Quickly to what we have on the papers. We have Daily Trust. The major headline, it reads, ECOWAS rejects Niger Junta's 3-year transition plan. ECOWAS rejects Niger Junta's 3-year transition plan. Pro-coup protesters warn ECOWAS against military action. Pope calls for peace in Niger Republic. On to the next one. Bandits kill 5 men, kidnap women, rustle animals in Katsina. Bandits kill 5 men, kidnap women, rustle animals in Katsina. Two other stories on the front page of Daily Trust. Tinubu reassigns portfolios, appoints Niger, Tinubu reassigns portfolios, appoints Niger Delta minister. Now, to Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Tinubu reshuffles ministers' portfolios as government takes shape. Tinubu reshuffles ministers' portfolios as government takes shape. Names Abubakar Momo as Minister of Niger Delta Development, moves Oyetola to Marine and Blue Economy. Tunji Ojo is now Minister of Interior. Seidu Akali to take charge of Ministry of Transportation, swears in for the 5 ministers designate today. Swears in for the 5 ministers designate today. The last paper, the Vanguard. What's the Vanguard saying? Very crucial. On Niger, ECOWAS rejects Junta's 3-year transition plan. That's coming from the Vanguard newspaper. ECOWAS rejects Junta's 3-year transition plan. Junta warns against foreign intervention. Talks between ECOWAS Junta yield little results, says official. Says deep divisions exist within presidential guard. Notes majority of soldiers at presidential complex will flee if ECOWAS attacks. Pope calls for peace in coup it Niger. You can see the picture of the citizens of Niger right in the right on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. You can see the pictures here. A supporter of Niger's National Council of Safeguard of the Homeland, CNSP, holds a placard of Niger's new military ruler, General Abdurrahman, as he gathered at place the La Concertation in Niamey yesterday. All right, we have Raphael right here with me to discuss these important issues on board. Raphael, it's a beautiful Monday morning, and I welcome you to this program again, Bystanders at Houston.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Michael. You can see that August break it seems to have started. It has started because since 2 weeks now, I think 2 weeks plus. Today is 21st. 2 weeks plus. Oh, getting to 3 weeks. It's August, and nothing has been shown is August. It was cold, even this, there's this lunar sign, they call it, what they call Apa, getting one, something that happens when August break refuses, especially on the continent of Africa. It's going to be so much cold that people will be suffering from all manner of sicknesses. So the sun is supposed to be 92 million, 93 million. We know the sun away from the earth. But this time around, it shifted away, 142 million away from the earth. That's why it's becoming much, much cold this August. But I can see that from yesterday, there is much, much sunshine, and we hail it. August break has started.
Wow.
So it's a beautiful Monday.
Beautiful Monday. Last week, there were concerns raised as regards to
yes, we could not be
Tinubu as regards to Tinubu's ministers' portfolios.
Yeah.
Many Nigerians thought
most of his
the
appointments.
president, were compensational. Let me use that word. And we have it this morning. Oyetola moved to marine and blue economy.
Wow.
All the way from Minister for Transportation down to marine and blue economy. Now,
I think
our thoughts now that it seems Ashwad Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not prepared for this job.
Honestly, one thing.
Why the reshuffling?
Reshuffling is, is a big mistake indeed, because maybe reshuffling means to him or the entire Nigerian that the individuals that were there before are not competent on that field. They are like trying to screen them, rescreening or re-examining them to know if they could actually perform in that department or agency. In a situation whereby you are talking about Oyetola shifted to the marine.
From
marine has to do with water.
Transportation ministries
to maritime. Oh?
Yeah,
it has to do with waters.
Marine and blue economy.
Thank you. And blue economy. See, let me tell you, has he had any experience in the past, I think, of that department before? Does he know what it takes to do the work of marine or maritime? They're all the same meaning. I think understand. So the issue now is that I don't know if Oyetola has ever had any portfolio like that in the past. Do you understand? In the past. So if he shifts him to that place, maybe has gotten the experience. With experience, you should appoint people. You don't appoint people who don't have experience of that particular field. I didn't understand. So like the Edu, I be somebody Elenu that is handling Ministry of Sports. Nobody knows that family with sports. I think understand. Nobody has ever known that family with sports. I think there was a time Christian Chukwu was given a particular portfolio that in regard of sports ministry. These are people that have that kind of experience. But earlier on, it was rumored that Okocha is the one. I had it. But now, is Elenu. Who is Elenu? We've never known any Elenus in the sports events in Nigeria. So if he reshuffles his cabinet, I think some good advisors are approaching him to do a reshuffle. That some persons are in the departments where they are not well known before. Anytime you are given appointment, I think it has to do with competence. I think it has to do with knowledge. I think it has to do with mostly experience in the past. You cannot just become, an engineer.
Don't forget that many Nigerians condemned the nomination of these ministers.
Yes.
That some of them
don't know anything.
Some of them don't fit.
Yes.
Into those ministries.
Yes. It's just compensation, See, let me tell you, we debate things like this so that Nigerians will be listening and listening good. You don't give appointments to somebody that doesn't have the competence, that doesn't have the foreknowledge of that particular field he has been, he's been appointed for. See, let me tell you, I could not forget in a haste the Ministry of Power. I mean, the power. No, part in Niger. Yeah, during Jonathan regime.
Okay, Jonathan regime. Okay.
Yes, Jonathan regime. Thank you. There was much corruption in that agency, to the level that there is total power, collapse in Nigeria. That most of the companies in Nigeria left for Ghana. So there was public outcry on what to do NEPA. Then they did good work. They invited Batin Naji. His company manufactures transformer. He's an expert, Batin Naji, on anything, transformer, power, NEPA. Do you understand? So he has this robot company. Do you know what? Jonathan regime went for him. The man, I think, lived in America. He came and see that He came and discovered here that every department in Nigeria is much corrupt. He made himself clear that if failure to augur well with these people, he was gonna do what? Bow out. That is resignation. Actually, Niger came. He corrected everything. I think you understand. This suggestion of per street, you see all those small transformers hanging. Ishpo, he was the guy that brought the idea. So let us know where this trouble is. Lied. My brother, the guy did not stay there up to 2 months. He resigned. Because of the kind of thing he discovered in this system, Nigerian system, Nigerian government. It's all about embezzlement. It's all about using biro, changing figures. It's all about inflating contract figures. They will hide it up. They will heighten it. So the man just back out. Said no more. Niger resigned. That's a man of honor for you. So what I'm trying to say is that they have outrightly found out that most of the people nominated or appointed in various ministries are not good for those ministries. I think you understand. That's why you see a sudden reshuffling. Oyetola himself was the former governor of Osun State for 4 years. Tinubu went there during the election. He was not satisfied because Oyetola was beating black and blue. That's Omalule. He was what? Beaten by their delegates. So now is a compensational appointment, if you ask me. That's why I put him there.
Now, away from that, let's quickly travel to Niger. Now, despite all ways to unravel or to resolve the crisis there, I think the Junta are not relenting. Now, the Pope has also involved himself in this crisis, telling them to make sure peace is restored there.
Yeah.
The Junta told Ecowas that they would rule for 3 years and release power, restore democracy back to the country. But despite all this move, Ecowas say no, that they should reinstate the president and return to the democratic rule. Raphael, 3 years to revamp the economy, to restructure the country. Is it okay by you? Do you
if you ask me,
do you subscribe to their own?
No, I can never subscribe to dictatorial, system.
By the Junta.
Dictatorial, yeah. By the Ecowas.
Okay, by the Ecowas.
The head of Ecowas is Nigeria. Tinubu being the president of Ecowas, it means Nigeria is heading Ecowas. I want to tell you that if you ask me to suggest, if I'm on the hot seat, with this Al Jazeera, France, 24, CNN, I'm supposed to tell the world that 3 years is too small. They should have at least made it 4 years to put things in order, to structure the systems there. I mean restructure. Because the politicians, they have finished that country. The Westerners, France, the West, France, Britain, America, they have finished that country because of uranium deposit in Niger. Are you listening to me? So a lot of things has been disorganized in Niger, which is why I suggest 4 good years transition to civil rule, so that the military by then would have gotten everything in order. You don't tell these people to just hand over. No, it is not. It can't work that way. You don't expect Niger to, put their structures down the way Nigerians is. We are not well structured. As I'm talking to you now, Niger is not well structured. That's why the hunters, the juntas, took over from civilian rule. So you should have at least expected them to stay like 4 years to put things in order there. Kettle, calling pot black. That is the suggestion of the dictatorial Ecowas. Ecowas is giving them just now. Is it possible? Ecowas. Do you know what it takes Nigeria to hand over to civil rule? From 1983 to 1999. I didn't understand. When you pelt Canel No, when you pelt stone at your brother, then you expect your brother to pelt back to you. To pelt back to you what? Pankanel. It is not done that way. I know that it took Nigeria good 1999 till 1983. Do you know how many years? I think 83 to 93 is 10 years. 93 to 99 is what? 16 years. And you're asking Niger to hand over now. See, when Buhari took over from Chagare, Mike, I'm talking as a result of experience here. I was in Form 2. I was in Form what? 2. Class 2. College 2. So, I'm speaking as a result of experience. When Babangida took over from Buhari, I was up to 18 years. I'm telling you, as a small boy. In 1985, God knows I was in class 4 to do 5. In 1985. So nothing anybody could tell me about Nigerian system. Now, Babangida promised us 1990. On getting to 1990, he raised it up to 92. On getting to 92, he raised it up to 93. That caused a lot of problem in Nigeria. Crisis, impasse, political impasse. From Babangida to another usurper, military hunter, called Abacha. From Abacha to another usurper, called Abdul Salam. That was how transitional to civil rule succeeded in 1999. And here we are today. General ruled. Another general ruled. People that are clueless. See, let me tell you. For the system, for what Niger politicians, civilian politicians, pretenders, killers, thieves, spoiled in Niger, destroyed in Niger, they destroyed that system. The system over there is not working. That's why you see the whole citizens rejoicing, calling the military heroes. You must know that these people suffered. Mike, what I mean is that to put things in order in Niger,
They should be giving
4
time,
years.
right?
4 years.
No,
They will give them enough time.
They even said 3 years.
4 years, Mike. 4 years, so that everything will be in
Why are
order.
you extending it?
Why is Tinubu?
Why are you extending it?
Why is Tinubu want it? No. I want everything there well structured, well restructured to work in order. Not jaga like Nigeria.
Can you hold it a bit, Raphael? Let me quickly read this breaking news to viewers across the globe.
Okay.
We have a story coming from news media. Labour Party discusses merger with PDP and NPP. Sorry, Labour Party discusses merger with PDP and NP ahead of 2027. Labour Party discusses merger with PDP and NP ahead of 2027.
Can we throw light on that?
Yeah, we want to
Okay, let me tell you, merger meaning joining together. Amalgamating.
Joining forces.
Thank you. Joining forces or amalgamating together. That's the meaning of merger.
Do you welcome the development?
Yes, if that can give them much weight to destroy the dynasty, political dynasty of APC in Nigeria, I welcome that. So merging together is joining forces to make sure that they march on the head of this devilish, satanic political platform called APC. Merging together with Labour will give them much weight in Nigeria. I don't know what to understand. Because they have found out that APC has thoroughly taken up everywhere in Nigeria with their what? Nonsense political structures. All their structures in the north, structures in the southeast, where Uzodinma is killing people, structures in the southwest, where Tinubu has bought virtually everywhere in Nigeria, everywhere in southwest, sorry. Every local government in Lagos State is under APC. The deadly structures is that they had many strategic positions, well structured into their own ownership. They have Ojo, they have everywhere in Nigeria, Baba ate to them, all those heavyweights, Bani read them in Lagos State. So if they merge together, you understand, I think they will have the dynamism to win. The dynamics to win election anytime in Nigeria is so clear and outstanding. So merging together is good. Then Mike, way back to Niger, it can be something that can happen under 3 years. Ask me why. These people have been there for many years. Politicians in West Africa, the so-called Ecowas, are not seeing it from that perspective. They are seeing it from their own perspective. A situation whereby the junta will just, bring transitional rule to, give it to the civilians so that they will just go. They will start their what? Siphoning, embezzling, sucking. I think understand. Looting Niger natural resources to France. From there, it will get into their various purses, bank accounts in Europe. And they will bring back mega percentage, sultry percentage, peanut to Niger. And all those civilians, they will be suffering. Mike, give them 4 years. 4 years is what I know. 4 years is what I know. Ask me why. Babangida took over August, I think 17 or 25. August 17, 1985. Babangida spent 4 years, making it 8 years. He handed over in 1983. Anything presidential system of government, 4 years, 4-year tenure. 4-year tenure. You get out of that place. So let us segment it like that. Is either this junta handle that country for 8 years so that Niger will bounce back in full force.
Now let me take you
and meet up with the developing third world countries.
Now let me take you back to the breaking news we got this morning about the merger.
Yeah, merging together.
Yeah, the Labour Party, PDP, and
NNP.
Yeah. Does this mean that Obi has dumped his mandate? No. His claim that he wants to recover his mandate from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed
This
Tinubu.
one is adding more power. You see, Labour's strength in Nigeria, Labour's dynamism, political dynamism in Nigeria, Labour's dynasty, political dynasty in Nigeria is swelling up. That's what it means. Merging, meaning joining. You can merge companies. It is an economic term. Do you understand? Merging. Do you understand? So their power, political will is going to increase the more. I didn't understand. And by me doing this, immediately he takes his mandate. Obi is going to do well because he's going to appoint people that are so competent, not clueless people, not based on compensation or ethnic whatever, or ethnic, interests.
Are you sure
It's
Obi
not,
is still serious?
Obi is more than serious. To have joined forces with PDP.
Are you sure he still wants to reclaim his mandate from
Obi
Asiwaju Bola
is
Ahmed
going
Tinubu?
to reclaim his mandate. Tinubu did not win election. I keep on saying it from here to Nando, where I come from. I'm from Nando. Nando is part of the area, Otuacha. We are the progenitors of Igbo. See, the level, the will, the seriousness, accosted with Obi's zeal to claim his mandate is as far as I'm trekking from here to Nando on foot.
Now,
Check it up. The time, the distance, the suffering. I didn't understand. Meaning, Obi's earnest zeal is more than any other politician in Nigeria to claim the mandate that Nigerians have given him. Remember that mandate you are talking about the mandate of Nigeria youths, not Obi. So if Obi derail from following up, it means that everything called things has fallen apart.
This merger is towards
Everything called
2027,
things have fallen apart, and the center might not hold.
This merger is towards 2027.
Thank you. That's a plan ahead.
Yeah. Do you see that? Do you see these parties
Working.
chasing out the ruling party?
Thank you so much. Chasing out the ruling party, number one. Chasing out PDP, number two. ANPP. Now, Kwankwaso party.
Not chasing out PDP.
Oga, PDP will go down.
PDP has already joined forces.
Labour.
Yeah.
Thank you. PDP. One party must be up. Mike, let me lecture you. Yeah. When Ecobank took over from Oceanic Bank.
Can you continue, Raphael?
Are you listening to me? Took over from Oceanic. What do you see? You see Ecobank. Oceanic Bank go down. Are you listening to me? Intercontinental Bank, Diamond Bank and Access Bank. What do you see today? You are seeing Diamond Bank. You are seeing Access. when Intercontinental goes back down, this is just an experiment. Yes, do you know that?
Okay.
Are you listening to me? So anytime as they merge together, as they merge together, it's just like an elephant swallowing tiger, lion, all the herbivores. They will always go down. Do you understand? And the elephant will stay. Because the elephant we have on this country now, our political system is the Labour Party.
Okay.
Labour Party has swallowed PDP. APC is drowning on daily basis. And nobody is trying or advancing to go into the water and rescue the drowning party. A party that has sucked blood of Nigerians for over 8 years could never ever get any assistance from anybody in Nigeria, both north, south, east, and west. Mike, let me tell you, the merger is a great
Development, right?
great ideology currently I've ever seen from any political party in the recent time. See, the giant will stand so outstanding and standing what? So pronounced. And the giants among these mergers is LP, Labour Party. You understand with me? So let me tell you, Mike, Labour is on top. PDP, APC, bottomless pit. See, let me tell you, I have another thing to tell you. Mike, let us go to Niger. Let the whole world understand that these politicians in Ecowas, within Ecowas communities, are putting pressure on the hunters to hand over, anything done, no. It takes time to achieve anything worthwhile. It has taken time for the ancient Rome to develop and stay and be the longest lasted power on earth. Empire that lasted from before Jesus Christ till 1918. That was Rome. It took them time. Labour is gone high. Niger wants to stay up to what? 4 to 8 years so that they are going to get there to their promised land. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raphael. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Michael.
How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good morning, viewers.
Yeah, the viewers are here. Now they're also seeing us, watching us presently. Now, the coup leader, Abdurrahman, at the weekend, had a meeting with Ecowas. Told Ecowas that he would return Niger Republic to democracy in 3 years, after 3 years. And Ecowas has said, no, it's not going to happen. We want it returned now. Now, as a Nigerian, you're not a Nigerian. So, what's your take on it?
Thank you, Michael. The coup leader is only bringing that to the table. Don't forget, they are negotiating at the moment, and in negotiation, you start from the top. That doesn't mean it cannot still go down. You can see that the immediate reaction of ECOWAS is rejection of that 3 years program. So for me, it's a proposal that I need 3 years, give me 3 years ECOWAS. Then ECOWAS has rejected that. Then I still believe they are negotiating and they will arrive at a particular point very soon.
Now, despite all sanctions placed on these people, it seems the Nigerians are not even bothered with what ECOWAS is doing. They move against the military junta. Saw them took to the streets last weekend, jubilating, telling ECOWAS not to get themselves involved in their situations, in their talks. Now, what would you? How would you react to this? Do you think ECOWAS should just give them chance, let the military rule, and revamp the economy of that country?
Don't be too carried away with what you are seeing in the media in terms of people, coming out to give their support. Of course, there will be people that will do that. And there will also be people that are not comfortable with the junta. You may not hear their voice because of the fact that it's a military government in place. So you will hear more of people that are in solidarity with the junta. So it's a deliberate ploy. That doesn't mean that the former president or the one that was removed, Bazoum, has no supporters, not at all. It is because of the fact that is what the junta wants the entire world to be seen at this point. So it's a deliberate strategy. They can even use a stadium and put people there that said, okay, you can see that this is what Nigerians want. It's a strategy. That doesn't mean, don't forget, over 1 million people were ready to march for Abacha in this country. If you remember, in the 90s, 1 million man of Abacha march. So no matter how terrible a person is, you will always have your supporters. And no matter how good you are, you will always have people that doesn't want you. So that is the way life is structured. But for the fact that a lot of people are coming out to say we want this guy, doesn't mean the whole country wanted him. But as I said, they are still negotiating.
But do you support the 3-year rule by the Junta?
Yes, if I support the 3-year rule, it's not about the time, it's about his intention. And I want to make that to be very clear. You know, every military incursions that we've had, especially in Africa, they will always come as if they are sincere. It is as time goes on, you begin to see the true color of these guys. We had our experience even here in Nigeria. You know, when they come on board and begin to tell you this is the program I have. We've had instances where over time, a junta will remove the uniform and put on an agbada and say, okay, I want to contest you. I'm no longer a military, and now I want to contest as a civilian. But it's not about what you are putting on. It's about who you really are. And that was why I said it depends on his intention for that nation. If the intention is good, it may not even need up to 3 years to set up probably the electionary structure in place and let there be an election that will bring in a democratic government. It may not need a 3 year, but we don't know his intention yet. That will unfold as time goes on. We don't know, we can't tell his intention now, whether he meant well or not. We can't tell.
Now, let's move to Nigeria. Well, we have a breaking news that just came in this morning.
Yeah.
About 3 parties merging together ahead of 2027 election. PDP, NNP, Labour Party. But the question is Obi trying to dump his mandate that said he will reclaim from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Certainly, I don't think that is what is going on. I don't think Peter Obi will drop his pursuit at the courts at the moment. I don't see that happening. I only think that people are taking strategic position against what might likely happen. And that is what we are seeing. But when parties merge, for me, I don't think we should applaud it that much. My reason is because we've seen party merge in the past. Don't forget, the present APC that is in government was a product of merger. Certain parties came together, including AMPP and all of that, CPC and all. Yeah. You remember, Mike?
Yeah.
So we've always had mergers. But will these guys deliver? Do they have the interest of our nation at heart? Those are critical questions. You can merge and still mess up. And you can remain as a party. I mean, we've had parties, even developed times, that have remained like that. They are not even known. In US, in UK, we have smaller parties that believe in a particular cause. Those are parties that have ideology. They don't bend because of their ideology, because of what they believe in. But here, there's no ideology. What drives people is money. What drives people is what can I pick from these things. So I don't like to over-celebrate some of these things because of the antecedent that we've seen. As we speak, there are Labour parties in the Senate. And all of them have been collecting their largesse, including the token that was given to them recently, that they call token. That man called 2 million naira token, just for the weekend, just for holidays, in a country where minimum wage is 30,000 naira. So, and we did not see Labour Party walk out of that meeting and say, no, we are different. No, we won't be part of this. So I'm not too carried away with all of that. What is the intention of party? Do they have ideology? What do you believe in? Where do you want to take this nation? Those are issues not all these ceremonies.
Now, do you think don't you think planning ahead of 2027 is too early?
Not at all.
Not too early.
Not at all. In politics, as soon as you are done with this election, the next planning starts.
Immediately.
That is it. It's a projection. Don't forget, even the ministerial appointment you are seeing, politics have been factored into it. In each of those states, the people they are picking, they have checked their political weight and all of that. So, in politics, that's the way it is. You begin the next strategy as soon as you come on board.
Take effect.
You take effect immediately.
That reminds me of the question I wanted to ask you before you talked about it. Many doubted the capacity of Bola Tinubu last week when he released the portfolio of the ministers. Many doubted his capacity to rule the country because many Nigerians believe some of the ministers nominated to those ministries do not fit into those ministries. Now we have the former governor of Osun State, the person of Oyetola, moved from the transportation ministry to marine and blue economy. How does it sound? How does it look to you? Is Tinubu really prepared for this job?
He is. That is what politics can do for a man. You know, it takes a lot. Left to Tinubu as a person, left to President Tinubu as a person, there are people that wouldn't have made that ministerial list. Yes, I can tell you that for free. But he's bound by politics. He's bound by the next election. He's bound by a lot of factors. He doesn't have a choice. Certain people must come on board because of their strategic position in politics. And it's not peculiar to Nigeria. But how you ensure that you balance things out is what stands you out as a leader. It must be balanced out to show that at the end of the day, the nation benefits from whatever appointment you are putting on board. That at the end of the day, the people you are putting on board delivers.
That's the most important thing.
At the end of the day, they performed. Not just to be heard, but to be seen by all. And those are the things that I think is playing out. He's bound by several other unseen forces that we may not know. And that is why we are seeing some of it. But left to him as a person, he will have made that ministerial appointment like 80% technocrats and probably 20% politicians, as against what we are seeing at the moment.
One of our reviewers said last week that it's a combination of technocrats and politicians. Some politicians are technocrats, some technocrats are politicians. Is it true?
No, it's true.
Is Wike a technocrat?
To some extent, Wike delivered in rivers, and I'm not an apologist of former governor Nyesom Wike. He delivered. You see, there are things you can't wish away. There are things you can't close your eyes from. He performed. Wike commission projects in that state almost on a weekly basis. Something is going on. Something is moving on across the local government. So for such a person, you can't doubt his capacity. You can't.
Now, whether we like it or not, the president will be swearing in these ministers today. Now, what are your expectations from the president and these ministers as well?
Yes, as they are being sworn in today, I expect them to hit the ground flying and not running this time.
Not running.
Running is a waste of time. They should hit the ground flying. And that is my message to all ministers as they take their oath of office this morning. They should hit the ground. As they hit the ground, they should take off in the sky.
All right, thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Coming on board today.
Thank
you so much. All right, before I allow Charles in, let me quickly say hi to the viewers watching us right now. Okay. Ola Adewale, good morning. Flip TV, we're saying good morning to you. Jackson Marina, good morning. We're saying good morning to you as well. Michael Daniels, good morning, guys. Say good morning to you. Ola Adiwale, sorry, we are limited to helping the people reject the failed rogues and looters. Wow, that's a great one from you. Jackson Marina, good one, Raf. Raf just spoke, and Raf is saying thank you, Jackson. Abu Africa, good morning. We say good morning to you. Rachel Hunter, morning, Nigeria. We're also saying good morning to Rachel Chim Obunike Abu Obunaike. So they have accepted Tinubu as their president. Wow. That's the breaking news that we just got. But I'm talking about the merger. All right. Okay, I'm coming. Imafidon. Good morning, Mike and everyone. We're saying good morning to you. Imafidon. Muki. Great. Mike, this guy is so clueless. Walai. Muki, thanks for your contribution. All right, let's quickly have David.
See, Mr. Kule is not a big man.
David, let's have you. Let's go straight to the point.
And good morning to you. See your cheek. So, subsidy don't touch you at all. Now you, that is somebody subsidize Nigeria. You don't feel that now. See how everywhere food.
Who tell you that I'm not feeling it?
Feel it. Everywhere.
Everybody's feeling
Everywhere
it.
food. Nobody they do transfer for you every night.
Why are you so
Elumelu
about my
Elumelu is bankrolling you. No nobody in here. Everywhere food. See my own.
I beg, no put.
You don't get neck again now. Leg. When I'm not
when I'm not former governor, when I'm not former governor of Lagos,
you don't get neck.
Why would I have neck?
This design alone that is wearing now, man, not before.
Now from
Italian.
Let's go to what's
see,
up.
also, you don't get neck again. See, you don't get neck. So
All right, moving to what we have. You want to say good morning to the viewers?
Good morning to everybody. See, people, zoom camera there. Now, people they shop now. Pressure Tiwa. Pressure Tiwa. Now, please everybody shop. Good morning to everyone. A beautiful morning man to everyone. A new productive week to everyone. God mighty bless us in Jesus' name.
Okay, before I allow you to speak, I need to reply Amechi Wachuku. Don't worry, the lady is behind the camera. She's going to speak, all right? She says, Mike, allow that lady to talk to us, please. All right, lady. Ladies first. You're a gentleman. I like that. I like that. Can you come closer? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Wow, you're doing something.
No.
That's good. Are you ready to talk now?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. So, do you want to review what's on the papers, or you have something you want to say? Should I ask you questions?
Ask me questions.
All right. Now, you're talking about the ministers' portfolios, the appointments of these ministers. Some of, not some, I'm sorry. The ministers will be, sworn in today by the president of the country. He nominated them, you are aware, and many said they doubted the ability or capacity of the president in terms of, or as regards his nomination of these ministers. Today, they are swearing them in. What are your expectations from these ministers? Like someone said, one of our reviewers said, let them hit the ground running. How do you expect them to work as a Nigerian?
Okay, good morning, the viewers. In my own end, my own view, I wanted them, if for a Muslim, they should not even give them Quran. If a Christian, they should not give them Bible. They should bring Ogu to that place. Each of them should take that Aronsi, call it Aronsi in Igbo language, so that they will be serious in that seat. Because if you check some of the ministers, there are a lot of lapses. Yes, and some of them perform. I don't dispute that. But majority, they always answer that name ministers, and they sat in that Abuja. They don't know the people like Minister of Education. Yeah, Fashola before, they will give him power holding, while he studied other things in school. So I don't blame some of them, which are not even doing their job there. So if a president should nominate them, I don't dispute that. But once they are taking oaths, they should use Ogu to swear because honestly doesn't spare anybody. They should not use Bible or Quran. One of them, especially Christians, should not use Bible because they have played with God, honestly. Because the poor masses are suffering there. What are the snacks people? All those ministers, some of them will go on board meetings, and they don't bring logic, ideology, or they don't bring law or by law or what they call art that will suit what will suit the poor masses. It's only the the richest are getting richer, while the poor people are paying tax. Even the government schools, it's not. If you go to a Matama school in Abuja, if you check their building, it's something else. I used to use the one in Agege here. It's government school too. Yeah, some of them are in Senate House. Why is it that even that in FCT, some of the ministers they're not doing their job? It's only when they will call RFI, they want to demolish, they will not say RFI is doing work. What I'm saying, if any of the Christians should enter there as a minister, they should not give him Bible to swear. They should take Ogun because so that they will be on top of their job. They will be on top of their job because some of them take people for granted. And someone that study engineer, they won't give him minister of education, doesn't know anything concerning education. And people will be going on strike. ASO strike, like 6 months. People, if you were supposed to graduate from 6 years, you will be at home. A lot of lapses are there. And mind you, what president is doing is not doing it in terms of people that read what they're supposed to, like Minister of Productivity. There's no job out there. Like Chris Ngige is not doing it. There's no job out there. I don't hide anybody. They're doing it based on man no man, what they call IM. So once you know somebody, it's me and you know, then I will now call you to please come to the office. So arrange, Bala call it that in his music, arrange movement. So
Did that surface in Tinubu's cabinet this time around?
yes, arrange.
Are you sure?
I'm sure of that. It's arrange. Man no man. People that knows. If you don't know anybody, nobody.
You mean the president didn't pick them based on their pedigree?
In their profile, the word portfolio means career-wise, education, read engineer. So what's he doing? He's supposed to be on the field doing tying road. And why they post him? Because so they will be on strike. Doctor will go to strike. Also will go on strike. So it's based on what the fella remind me in old back. Is they call in small. He say arrange paddy. Paddy means people that are man no man. I am. It doesn't based on merit. And Christians should take Ogu. So that if they swear without Ogu, they will be careful what they are doing there.
Thank you so much.
Yes, they will not use Bible again because they have messed people too much.
Your name?
My name is Margaret.
All right,
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. David, let's have you.
Good morning to you, Mr. Michael.
Good morning once again. The ministers we sworn in today. As a Nigerian, as our good reviewer, what are your expectations from these ministers?
The ministers will be sworn in today. I don't expect much. I don't expect anything from them. Let me not even use the word much. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. So if you don't give them much, you won't expect anything. So as a Nigerian, and as one of and as things have been unfolding in this part of the world, whereby most ministers get the portfolio and then loot money, I expect the same old thing from them, to loot and divert resources. I don't expect development, growth, stability from them, because these guys in return are not going there to profile solutions to the well-being of the people.
How sure are you? It seems you are not a positive thinker, David.
Why would I be a positive thinker? Since 1960, people that have been positive.
These are new ministers.
Since 1960,
who
is new there?
Because
the only guy new in our political space now is the
continue what you're saying.
Is the Minister of Digital Communication. Is the Minister of Digital Communication. Is the only guy new in our political space and setting. The rest are the same old set of people. So why will I put a very high expectation when I know these people antecedents? I know them. They are, is it likes of former governor of Plateau State, former governor of Matawale, Wike, Anko, Oyetola. These are people I know. This is the same Oyetola that could not pay salary for good 8 years. So he said, man, you want me to put hope on and then expect good for him to deliver good governance. It's impossible. These are people who know their records and their antecedents. So you telling me to put my hope on them, it's foul. It won't work that way. I think Bola Tinubu had bringing fresh face, technocrats that the Nigerians don't know them. Fine, we might have high expectations, but not the same old set of rogues, thief, criminals telling me for me to have high hope. The only hope I will have is that they should not lose Nigeria to stupor. I'm just appealing to them. When they want steal, when they steal small. So I mean something said they drop because all this lion when they see, all this lion. That is my only. I'm only appealing to them. Please, the looting should not be done that will affect Nigeria. If they want steal 12 billion, when they consider steal 1 billion. So as I made it poor, feel breathe.
Before today, they will be sworn in. The president reshuffled.
The president himself.
He moved
yesterday, yes,
from Minister of Transportation
to Marine, blue economy. They want to don't get blue economy.
Does it mean the president was not prepared before the nomination or before the appointment? What, David? I just need you to say something.
The president
You faulted the president last week for fixing the lives of Keyamo, into the aviation ministry. Moving Oyetola from transportation to Marine and Blue. How does it sound to you? What's your take?
The president himself is not even prepared for the job. If you have someone that is not prepared for a job, now those you would appoint to will not be prepared, because if the head has issues, so that means those who report to him will not be competent too. He is the president himself. Bola Tinubu, is he prepared for this job? The answer is no. You made a ministerial list. Nobody puts you under pressure for you to designate office to them. Nobody. You sat down, gave them portfolios. A day to swear in, you came and said no. This one. It shows the president himself mentally is not ready. That is it, because when the ministerial list came on board, you assigned portfolios to them. So why the sudden reshuffle?
Just like what we have here.
Why?
Tunji Ojo is now Minister of
Why?
Interior.
No,
Tunji Ojo, Minister of
these are
Interior.
people.
And I could remember what Aregbesola said during Muhammadu Buhari's regime, when he said
He has no knowledge.
that he has no knowledge about the ministry.
That is how it's done in Nigeria. I said
I think Asiwaju should learn from experience.
Ministerial appointment in Nigeria is compensation. You work for me during election, don't worry, I'll sort you out. These are ministries. Let them be taken. Don't you have people who knows about interior, who knows about internal defense? What is the Ministry of Interior? What does it entail? It's about strengthening our internal defense system. You have the immigration, you have the civil defense, you have the fire service, and then yes, about like four government paramilitaries are under this ministry. These are our internal defense mechanism.
And he came up in the open to say he had no knowledge.
Yes.
That's
The same thing. Tinubu is not the same thing. Appointing people that no knowledge about ministry, they are going there. I've told you, they are going there to loot money. So please, anybody that wants to loot should loot with care, please. We too, you are watching, and then what you want to know. If you are to loot 12 billion, please consider me that I don't have neck. Mr. Mike still have some trouble neck. People like us, so that don't loot the country to stupor. Please, if you are to loot 12 billion, loot 1 billion, so that people, so the masses can still breathe. Because as it stands today now, you know how much that have been earmarked for this program. The federal government yesterday released a press statement that about 1.8 billion has been released for the retreat of the new ministers. He wants to spend 1.8 billion for retreat for you to lecture people that will go there and still steal public funds again. 1.8 billion for the ministerial retreat after the swearing in today. My brother, we waste money a lot in this country.
Not making any sense.
It's not making any sense. And now, in return, president will tell the poor man, he will start telling the poor people, please be patient. Please be patient. Mugu poor man on the street too, but they say he will do it. He will do it. He will do it. He will do it. Which day won't do? When the government itself is supposed to be cutting cost of governance, but telling an average man on the street, please be patient. I'm not be patient again.
Now let's travel to Niger. Now talks between Ecowas and the Junta yielded little result. And the Junta said that they will be ruling for 3 years. And after that, they will return the Niger Republic to civil rule. Now, do you subscribe to that?
Why won't I subscribe to it? Why won't I subscribe to it? Why is Ecowas kicking against it? The military junta have given you guys a correction. So now he said during that time he wants to stabilize things in the states. And so far so good. Those faulting this military junta should take a look at his antecedents. How many months in office? He has been able to rehabilitate like 72 public hospitals. This same man has been able to rehabilitate government-owned schools. This same man is not coming up with policies that will give loan to the states. Nobody is talking about the policies this man has embarked. The achievements he has achieved in this space of this short time. What the democratically elected government could not do. Nobody is saying that. Everybody is saying because it's a military. It's a military. Democracy that is practiced in this state. How far has it affected the people? When this man Banzu was being overthrown, my question is, Mr. Mike, let's be honest with ourselves. Were the people of the country, of the state, were they happy? No, no. I'm asking you, were there chaos in the land? Were the citizens rejoicing? They were rejoicing. It shows how it shows the level these people have been subjected to poverty and then hardship. ECOWAS need to sit and then have a rethink. It's not ECOWAS. It is Bola Ahmed Tinubu championing this war because Nigeria has money. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one championing this war, not ECOWAS, because he's the head of ECOWAS. Some of the governors are not in support of it. Some of the ECOWAS president are not in support of it. Burkina Faso president is not supportive of it. Bola Ahmed Tinubu just want to spend Nigeria money anyhow.
All eyes on judiciary. All eyes on judiciary.
Who be judiciary?
August 28th.
Is the day for the. Do you have judiciary? Wait. What do you expect? What do you expect? That one. This one article is going around meeting optimism about what? Yeah, optimism about a judiciary in which Bukwachu said when his wife was the president of Court of Appeal, he used to influence his wife to make some decisions to favor those in the Senate. A senator. He was senator in the last government in 2019. He just retired. He came out openly and said when he was senator, his wife was the president of the Court of Appeal of Nigeria. He said he used to influence his wife to go to give some verdict in favor of his party, which is APC. Is that same judiciary you want me to be optimistic about? I don't have to be optimistic.
Don't you think it will favor Atiku?
Which favor? Nobody. The judiciary will not favor anybody. The Justice Ariola, which is the CJN of the country, the man all the people he appointed to that party are loyal to him. Forget story this one wey we dey talk here. You forget this one. No be here we dey. God don yes, when dem declare say na Tinubu win, yes, we go rant again, go to the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court, who dey there? CJN go gbagam, everybody shut up, carry soldier put for road. So why would I be optimistic? But na politics, na interest. These people have interest. Justice Ariwola has interest. Men on that panel too. You know how much that have been gone down? How much way from gone down? Despite there was clear evidence. We all saw it. But I don't believe that justice will be served in this part of the world. I don't expect it. And I'm not seeing it coming at all. I am not seeing it coming. Because the judiciary itself is compromised. So, with a compromised judiciary, what do you expect? That one person will wake up and say, Tinubu did not win election. Even if he lose at the Court of Appeal, we won't go to Supreme Court. Who dey Supreme Court? I mean, there. Who there?
All right, thank you so much.
Who dey Supreme Court? Your neck don't full. When they bankroll you, you say bankroll.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Charles, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, our viewers.
You're welcome again.
Good morning, Mr. Ametiwatuku, Dennis, Usman, Ahmed, Inakwana, Tashi Lafiago. That is Hausa language for you.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome again. There are questions raised that Tinubu's nomination was kind of lopsided. At the time, many faulted the way he designated some of these people to these ministries, the likes of Mr. Skiyamo, the likes of Wike, Tola, former governor of Osun State. Presently, Tola has been moved from the Ministry of Transportation down to Marine and Blue. We have Seidu Akali, taking over the Ministry of Transportation. Was the president confused when he was appointing these ministers? Charles.
Good morning, our viewers all over the world. I greet you. How was your weekend? I still remember your humble servant, Mr. Charles.
Was he in his right state of mind?
Well, you ask yourself a very simple and honest question. Tinubu, before you come on board as a president of before you start even telling yourself that you want to run into any political post in Nigeria, let's assume governor or presidency, I think before then you must have sat down, map out your, is it your ministerial list, irrespective of who they are, irrespective of where they come from. But it's like when you look at what is happening within the region of this, our so-called president, Mr. Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I see a confused governance. You cannot, just barely 2 months out of the office, you were given the constitution said 2 to 3 months before you appoint your ministerial list. You bring out people that will work for you as part of the executive arms of government. Now you have succeeded in doing that. A few weeks ago, you brought in the likes of Yetola, Umai, Wike and Co. and other Tunji Ojo, all those ones. And everybody were like, what a lot of portfolio that was given to most of them was not even in line and in order with what most of them knows, or what somebody like the one that was given the Minister of Labour, Minister of Labour, Lola happens to be one of the worst governors so far that did not even know anything about the plight of his citizens, the plight of his masses there in Plateau State. For 4 months, he has not paid anything. But you gave him the Minister of what? Labour. Knowing fully well that this man, that's Solomon Lalong. Now, this man did not even know anything about the plight of people that are working, and you gave him one of the most sensitive posts in Nigeria. Now, you came back again, people you gave Minister of Transportation, I know that even the so-called, the man you gave the Minister of Transportation, that was from Osun State, right? Was also a failure in his own state. Because this is somebody, because if you are not a failure in your own state, irrespective of what you do as in, you can always come back for a second term as a governor. Are you getting me? But as long as definitely a lot of hands have worked against you, you are no more there. So I believe that the government is as confused as anything. You cannot appoint your minister after broadcasting it to almost the whole world. Not even Nigeria, not only Nigerians know that this man have appointed his ministers. Almost all the whole world. Because the world is fast, it's a global something now. Once immediately we are speaking here, the whole world are listening. So for you to have come out here and you are telling me that you have decided to change most of the portfolio they have given to most of these governors, most of these ministers, is a sign of a failed governance. Are you getting me? You know, when you look at it, as in a failed governance and a confused government, because you have to stamp your authority. Even you ask yourself, did this man, the people, that was what I keep on saying, employ expatriates in anything you are doing as a president or as a governor, because they will help you in terms of giving out the best for you. But now it's like he went in out of pressure to him. I don't know. You decided to give out portfolio to different individuals, and you sat down again. You said, no, this individual, this person cannot work here. This person cannot work here. Maybe a kind of lobbying again, because that is what we are in. That is the kind of country we are running. That is the kind of system of government we are running. Lobbying, and most of these people that you have appointed, if you look at them, they are not even qualified. I bet you, to me, one of the most qualified person that was given this appointment, I will stand my stand here, is Devil Mine. And that portfolio suits him very, very well. Because this is the only governor that, as an engineer he was, in his own state, he will give you an appointment, he will give you a contract. He will allow whatever he's doing, monitor the contract he has given to you. Today, Ebonyi State, if you go to eastern part of Nigeria, Ebonyi State happens to be one of the most works after states, a state that worked really, really well in terms of these 4 years at the office. But look at the portfolio you are giving to most of the people, most of these individuals. You are giving a wrong appointment to the wrong individuals, wrong set of old men. How many young guys did you see there? These are people at the age of 70, 60, even to their 80s. It's not because of money. A lot of them were supposed to be at their 90s. They were supposed to have been under the grave by now. But because of money and, it keeps you going. But I know when God comes, you cannot run away from that. So it's a wrong idea. He makes a very wrong move. You should have consulted a lot of individuals before coming out publicly to announce to the whole world that this is the person I want to give you, this is the person. So why coming out now? It's just a joke. Nigerian is, when you look at everything that is happening in Nigeria, right from onset, right from the day you were born, you look at it as if every day, jokes, here and there. Tomorrow again, you hear that another, when we wake up tomorrow, another set of stories is going to come out. So I am not happy. I'm disappointed with this so-called, the way things are going in this country.
Are you expecting something good from this? That's what are your expectations?
Before you expect
sworn in today.
Before you expect something good from somebody, you have to look at the past, the past antecedent. What was that person able to achieve? What has he achieved? Okay, you talk about the Osun State governor. What has he achieved? Are you getting me? A lot of individuals. I will say this is my personal opinion. I don't know about the opinion of any other person. Are you getting me? Forget about sentiment aside. These people will stand to gain nothing from them. There's nothing good. Nothing good will come out of these people. What good are you talking about?
Now let's move down to another story. Currently, party leaders are discussing merger ahead of 2027 election. Is it not too early?
That is a joke.
PDP, Labour Party, NNP.
A kind of joke. They are just joking. This is. I'm telling you, we are living in a country whereby every morning, when you wake up, open your phone or tune your radio or your television, you keep on hearing different line of story. This is just a joke. Just to, they just want to divert the attention of the masses to another thing. Why will you tell me that AMPP by Kwankwaso, Labour by Obi, PDP by Atiku, that they want to come in together, they want to merge in together and become one. And you want, these people are very, very reasonable and sensitive enough. They just want you to deviate from whatever you are thinking, the thoughts, and they keep on focusing on the march they are talking about. Forget about it. It's just a joke. It will never be possible. It's not. There's no how. I bet you. Even Kwankwaso will never even assent to that. Atiku will never even give you an order for that.
Imagine.
Even Obi himself, after this is the first time Labour Party is coming out, and they look at how popular Labour Party have come, even as popular, if not because PDP has been the ruling government, as in one of the ruling party in this nation. Believe me, Labour have gone so high that even PDP cannot even challenge Labour anymore. So you cannot tell me that they are coming in together to merge again. This is just another line of story. It's just, sometimes we are living in a country whereby every now and then you keep on hearing stories upon stories. This one will bring out this. Tomorrow now, don't be surprised. Tomorrow again, they will tell you that APC wants to merge with PDP. It's possible.
It's just a news I saw this morning.
Forget about it. It's just a story. They are just.
Imagine, they are currently discussing.
That's not. They are. It's just a fake talk. Seriously, it's not going to happen.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming on board.
Thank you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Happy New Week. Happy New Week. Yeah, we thank God it's a new week.
Smiling.
Yeah.
And today we
I
have.
thank God for my life. I thank God for everybody's life over there. The viewers. I thank God for them. Yeah, waiting I carry for hand. They've been asking me. I can't advertise anything here, but it's a G-Hora. G-Hora is for the also I've been maintaining, and I thank God I'm getting back to
You need to say it on air.
yes, I thank God. No, I have to. No, I have to, because if you hide your issues will hide you. So that's it.
I have my reasons for saying
I know, because of backlash. They can backlash me. They are not God. They are not God. Everybody has his own internal issues he's facing. So that's me for you. I'm coming plain. They've been asking. This is what's happening to Kule, what's happening to Kule. And I have to tell them this is what is happening to Kule. So it's left for them to hear. But me, I have a plain mind, and I seek for repentance from them. If they don't repent, it's left for God.
the APC government will be hitting the ground running. Today, as ministers be sworn in.
Yeah.
Kule, how do you feel about it?
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the president is reshuffled some of these portfolios, at the weekend.
Sure, they should hit the ground running. I think they are going to have retreats. Like today, there will be retreat for the ministerial nominees. And we are waiting. And it's good enough for them to hit the ground running. At least since, not even now. Because it took, I didn't expect those time they wasted in appointing the ministerial ministers. And same thing, forming the cabinet, because Nigeria can't wait to see them hitting the ground running. As it is, they are still the one in power until the government, the judiciary come with, And one thing I look at is this government is a government of unity, right? And you look at the ministerial appointees, they are from all across the board of the nation. And it's only a fascist that will not know the train. It's only a fascist that will not know the train. The moving train is on. So who is going to stop the moving train? That is the big question. You should help me ask everybody around them.
That was a very great one. Now, more hunger looms as farmers harvest crops prematurely. Inflation bites. I think apart from the normal insecurity we are passing through, there is food insecurity in Nigeria as well. Considering the fact that the bandits, Boko Haram terrorists don't allow farmers to go about their daily activities on their farmlands.
You see, when you see Boko Haram, when you see bandits, in any local, within the locals, there are people behind that bandits. The system of this government, the governance we have in the system of Nigerian governance is, if I'm not the one in charge, I will make that person that is in charge, I will make it the system or his governance ungovernable for him. So that is just the whole truth, the wholesome truth I'm telling you now. Nigerians, we like backstabbing ourselves, especially all these politicians, right?
that issues of insecurity you are talking of in the north, if they want to end it in a day, they can do that. But there are some people that are benefiting from it. You could see the issue of Zamfara, that they said the Matawali asked questions to answer, right? On the gold mining, everything. That I think the problem of this country is the more you see, the more you look, the less you see. So to me, don't anybody bamboozle you that there's insecurity in food security, there's insecurity in food security, right? And the issue there is, if they want to, that is why I think it seems fit for him, that's the president, to give the Ministry of Defense, State Defense, to Matawale, who his domain happens to be the terror of bandits and terror of the ISWAP and that territory, yes, that territory, of the terrorists. So to me, okay, we have been shouting, you have been crying loud, you don't have access to the military, you don't have access to this thing, okay, we want to put you as a defense officer, okay, you have to guide your home. It's like a thief that's telling you that they are stealing in his house. Okay, you self come and guide the house so that you know how to catch the thief. So you know them, you know how to catch them. So I think that's anybody that knows the terrain or where crisis is, anybody that stays around where crisis is should be able to tame the crisis because it's your domain, right? And you can't tell us that you don't know majority of those people, because there has been call for them that you want to give them asylum, or what's it called, amnesty. You know, it was crying out loud that can they give all those bandits amnesty? Some are ready for amnesty. And even the previous governor too of Zamfara, you remember him? The previous one, the one under Obasanjo there, came to Aso Rock that they should offer these people amnesty, right? So when they are saying that, let them see anyhow they can tame all those bandits. And the one that's killed, if you kill by sword, you must die by sword. If you kill by gun, you must die by gun. That's one thing, you cannot escape that. The one that's killed souls, they should be killed likewise. Why those ones that are still, under dogs, they should, right? Give them that amnesty and tell them to sin no more. But their case, the way I'm saying it require carrot and stick. Once you apply the carrot is not is approach, carrot and stick approach. The carrot is not working. It's now left for you now to sledge them the heavy hammer, to sledge on them the heavy hammer.
Now, do you think we will have a working Nigeria with the kind of ministers that have been nominated?
I think we have. I can see some element there. We have. There are technocrats among them. Like too great. That Minister for Foreign Affairs. That guy is an erudite diplomat. Look at Bosun, Tijani Bosun. Bosun is more or less our Zuckerberg in Nigeria here. And Zuckerberg has a lot of respect for that guy. That when Zuckerberg came to Nigeria, he first of all went to his hub, the tech hub in Sabo, to go and pay him a visit. So much respected. And that guy, why I said it will be a different fish in a different pool as it is now, because it was part of the NSAS. He participated in the NSAS, and that was the NSAS issues the Senate used as a weapon not to, pass him before, some of these allies now came in and pleaded for him. So that guy will work, in the technology aspect. That's the digital economy, the digital technology economy now, as it is. And part of it is all those loopholes that has been happening, that the custom will collect their own revenue, pocket half of it and deliver half of it. The immigrations will pocket passport money, all this, the pools, all those funds will now start going down into one same pool, right? And anybody that now wants to go to that pool, either at night, either in the morning, to steal from it, we shall be watching, we will be watching. Because all of us are supposed to be watchdogs. It's our is our commonwealth. We need to be asking questions. It's not Tinubu's money. It's not any one of them money, right? It's our commonwealth money. That is why it is time for Nigeria money to work for the Nigerian people, to work for the citizens, the whole citizen, not for the few, right? So that's my stake on that.
But David has said that these ministers are coming there to embezzle. They are coming there to loot. If they will loot 12 billion, they should just make sure it's 1 billion instead of 12 billion.
What I foresee in this country is, what role are we playing likewise? It's like you put your destiny in the custody of someone, right? They are your representative, they are your leaders, you put your destiny into somebody's hand and you forgot, you slept off, you're sleeping off every day. You're not asking, Mr. Man, how about what I have with you? How are you doing it? Can you give, I mean, what's it called? Can you explain how you've spent our money so far? Can you explain how you spend the allocation so far?
I think they should declare their assets.
There's code of conduct. That should be with the code of conduct. And that's
you support it?
It's not about me supporting it. It's about you journalists play your own role too, crying it loud that we need asset declaration. But those asset declarations, it has never worked for any one of these. It has never worked because you see them coming out. How many people code of conduct tribunal have, they tried it for this same Tinubu the other time. They could not get any evidence from him when he was a governor. They could not get any evidence. So to me, I think the is out of it because it's the politicians that kill that code of conduct tribunal. It can never work. Why is it that the body that we need to regulate and to stabilize the system, they will always kill that body and make it doesn't work for their favor. So there are a lot of mafia, and somebody was telling me the other time, there are mafias that don't want this country to work. Once this country gets working,
why don't you kill the mafia?
If you know them, look for them. So you start pointing them.
Right,
but we know them.
You know them.
I know them.
Wow.
I know them.
All right, Lucky.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you?
I know you have not seen me for a while.
Yeah.
I traveled. I went to Imo State, from Edo to Imo State for a burial for someone.
Wow.
And my brother, I spent 2 hours for Papa's Bini. 2 hours.
Wow.
But Alanda is federal road, Papa, 2 hours, bad road. When you were mentioning minister now, I was so surprised. One of the best ministers we have, which the whole Nigeria recommends, Fashola, but minister of work for 8 years. Roads are rubbish. So my name is Loke Yagun. I don't know Lagos. I greet everybody. God bless you. Good morning.
Now that we have another minister handling that ministry, don't you think there will be a change?
What is going to be the difference? Are they not the state governor? Where this road spoil? Are they not the state governor? Old men, old wine. Oyetola is a former governor of Osun State. If they have done well, I don't think they will pull him out. And you still went and put for minister. What is he going to do? That is compensation. Tinubu compensate all of them. I only see only 3 or 4 young ladies there. But the rest are former governor Jigawa, at least we can try for a state. But not state. When it comes for federal, what happened? Pastor tried for state. When it comes for federal, what happened? So that's why we are telling Tinubu, he should hit the ground running. And Nigerians are not happy. Nigerians are mourning now. We're all mourning. Everybody just watching what will happen next.
But with this set of ministers, are we likely to have a fresh breath?
What will minister do? When you put Yotola for marine, what does he know about marine? What does he know about water? You ask yourself, how many water does he have in Osun State? That at least you say, okay, you have an experience. He has swim. Doesn't know about water. You just bring young boys and they will finish all the money at the end. 4 years, you come and say, I try my best. They always say that, I try my best. When Kule say we should go antagonize them, if he and Kule start that thing here now, it become fight. Tribalism will enter. Say, why you antagonizing ABCD? The next thing is that let everybody unite, all of us. I told Kule last time, I said, let's go to every local government here, where we reside, and go ask the local government chairman. All the roads are very bad. What have you done about the money? The next thing before you do, They will have bouncers to chase us out. What will happen? They will say we came to rob or we came to do bad to them. So Nigeria, until the head is okay. When the head is rotten, the damn thing will not work. So ministers, what I'm seeing there, they only have 2 years old. I told you, Tinubu only have 2 years for this 4 years, you know. After this year, next year, the next is politics.
Preparation.
It's politics now.
What are you trying to clarify?
Yes, he said when we decide now to go and tackle these people, that will. Me, I started that. I even started it. They say charity begins at home. You just came back from Edo now, right? I always go back to Oshu to clarify things with the current administration. When they're wrong, I'll say it loud. I go around where people gathered to hear from them, to sample their view. But you just came back from Edo. You are complaining now your road are bad, your road are this thing, but you never even walk the talk with Obaseki to ask the questions. You see, we don't just want.
Is the opportunity to meet the governor?
No, if it does, it's not. No. Sample opinion.
See,
sample opinion.
But he's saying it to her.
See, one thing Kule should know. See, thank you, my brother. One thing I know Kule for. If I tackle Osun governor now, say they not do work, Kule will turn it to tribalism. Now I am saying on the air, the whole world is watching me now, that Ibadan, that is Edo Road, that bypass. I spent 2 hours there, bad road. So I am saying it now. Automatically, Obaseki will be watching me now. You too, go and tell Yotola, they vote him out. He did not do well. They are not using the minister of water. He doesn't know.
I said that Yotola was just a waste.
It's a waste.
I told him that.
So tell the Yotola is a waste.
Adeleke that is there now, he should not fall along to partisan politics.
He should do well.
He should do well.
Yes.
That's one thing. I always tell them. I cry out loud there. If you are not here, then
you see what we are saying now. We are still saying that. We are still saying together.
I don't know any one of them.
Tinubu should hit the ground running.
Yeah, he should.
Nigeria is money.
You should stop sleeping.
I will tell you. Nigeria. I came back.
You should stop sleeping.
Where I supposed to spend 3 hours, I spend 4 hours, 5 hours, which is very wrong. Nigeria is not happy. Look at the killing yesterday, my brother. You see the killing yesterday. How many they kill yesterday? You say you have military. They are just eating our money. Police are just eating. If you travel from Lagos to East, you have more than 100 and something checking point. What they are doing, just collecting money. I'm telling you, checking paper. Which paper are they checking? Give me your paper. Now paper I want chop. I get me. You give them money. It's wrong. And you tell the people you put them to secure us. I get me. The only people I see, I went to Imo State. Inside Imo State here in Agana. I get me. Ata. The people you see there, candidate is the vigilante. Gone. I never see police inside. For a complete 1 hour journey to inside village, I never see a policeman. But I wonder how these people are living. If anything happens, who will come to rescue? Except the vigilante. They want to do better. You see vigilante. And you are paying policemen and army men. I like that they deploy army to Imo State. How many did I see there? See, they are just wasting our money. What we need to come together so that at least put this stop. That's why you see them. They say they have civilians in Niger where the scope took off. The civilians are not happy with the coup plotter. Why? Because the civilians did not do well. Likewise, the same in Nigeria. They said democracy is sweet, but in Nigeria, democracy in Africa, democracy is bitter. So that's why you see when the coup happened in Mali, they embrace it. They happen in Burkina Faso, they embrace it. Happen in Niger, they embrace it. Don't be surprised. It happened in Nigeria, all of us will jubilate.
You jubilate.
My brother, I will never die. We are civilians, they are not even care for us. Look at Tinubu coming here. And they say you do not win the election, Abi. Now you come in a platter of gold. What you're supposed to be doing now is to make this happen. Now, 1 year almost gone. What we are seeing, you are still talking about minister. I don't like that. It's just money. We are money.
All right.
We are money. So, is there another thing again? Give me, let me take.
You want to talk about the junta? You don't do the problem.
The junta,
You don't know anything about
they said they
want to rule for
3 years.
And
Yes.
after 3 years, they will return to democratic rule.
For me, I support. Let them give them 3 years and see if they can do well. Whether the people will fight with them. Because when Babangida was on throne, Nigeria enjoyed Babangida. I get me as a military man. But now, since 1939, can you tell me a government we are enjoying in other civilian? Is it killing? Is it food? Is it welfare? Health? Everything is zero. Civilian democracy in Africa is rubbish. Thank you. My name is Lucky. I don't know Lagos. Thank you.
All right. Would you like to portray the facts what you just made now? What did you say? The junta allowing them to rule for 3 years.
Did they contest election? Why should they be ruling for 3 years? Did they contest election? Why should they be ruling for 3 years? It shows that they are power hungry. If actually, I think one thing is clear, that the Bazoum administration was not ruling fine, was not governing fine. That is clear. Nobody is saying Bazoum should come back. But immediately organize another election. Start the process of transition to civil rule. Asking for 3 years is as good as saying you want to stay put. Who says that after the 3 years, they will not want to leave? They will want to leave. For me, I think, 1 year is enough to organize another election. 8 months is enough to organize another election. Bazoum should not come back because it's clear that the people do not want him. But asking for 3 years is as good as saying we have come to stay. For me, I think Ecowas should put more pressure on them. Yes.
But Nigerians are saying Ecowas should not, get themselves involved in what is happening. That they are comfortable with the military rule.
You mean the citizens themselves?
Citizens.
What I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. Don't start fights. If I understand they are landlocked, Niger is the second poorest nation in the world. And if you look at the military strength, if you are talking of war, for people who do not even know, I understand Mali and Burkina Faso already send fighter jet to them. But go and check Mali military strength. It's just 21,000 as a fraction. Burkina Faso is just 12,000 as a fraction. Niger itself have 30,000 as a fraction active military personnel. Nigeria alone is having 230,000 military personnel. So put together Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali is not up to 100,000. And Nigeria alone is having 230,000. We are not yet talking about other Ecowas. I'm not calling for war anyway. But what I'm trying to say in essence is, I think Ecowas should sustain the sanctions. Because if you judge from experience, our own experience in Nigeria here, during the military rule, we may not have gotten it right in democracy. You will recall that it was like a crime to express your freedom of speech under military rule in Nigeria. You understand, even while Buhari was the military head of state, he signed a decree that gave him right to arrest you if you speak in a manner that the government deemed offensive, to arrest you and throw you into cell, into jail, even without trial. And he did it to so many journalists then days. We cannot forget the legal in a hurry. So for me, judging from Nigerian experience, democracy is still better. In Nigeria, we have not gotten it right in democracy. Particularly, the way manner the umpire INEC managed the last election, I think INEC is a disgrace to democracy. But that is not enough to call for military takeover of government. Because if you start seeing brutality, inhuman treatment, illegality, that the military will met out of people, you want to prefer democracy.
Yeah, nominated ministers will be sworn in today. I believe you have your own belief. You are optimistic about these ministers. What are your expectations?
My expectations are, one, that we are going to see activities starting in earnest because government would have been formed as from today. But I think we have so many areas where you are seeing politicians who are not technocrats dominating governance, dominating the ministries, are not comfortable.
Because you look at the issue of aviation, what should a lawyer be doing in that ministry? Look at the issue of agriculture. You need somebody that have the knowledge about agriculture to drive that ministry. You understand? So, but if you look at the issue of the economy, I think the man there is okay for me. Look at his profile; he fits into that position. Look at the issue of the area of what Debumahi. I think going by his profile and his assignment in the past, he fits into that position. But if you take away those two and some other few, other areas where politicians dominate, I don't know why Mr. President Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu has decided to use politicians to dominate the ministries. Look at the former governor of Osun State. What does he know about marine and deep sea blue economy? What does he know? This is somebody who studied insurance. So I find it difficult to marry insurance with that ministry, and I find it difficult to marry journalism with the area of where Alake is assigned to. So for me, I think Mr. President majorly satisfied his political friends, associates, lieutenants that work for him. But I think that's what he did. But because we are looking at, because whatever I look at it, these are lieutenants in the field. These are people who will drive all your areas of policy to achieve results.
So what do you think will be the implication of this?
The implication is that in so many areas we are going to see counterproductivity. Because when you promote a man above his promotability, it becomes counterproductive. It's another thing to say you study law, you build career in aviation. Fine. But in this case, you didn't study anything that has to do with aviation, you didn't build career in that area, and you are giving that. I'm not saying because the job of minister is to do administrative work, but it's still fair that you have a fair idea of the area you are superintending over. Because if your advisors, if your aides for personal benefit decide to lead you astray, you will not know if it's not area you have expertise in. So for me, particularly in the area of agriculture, I think Mr. President should revisit it. Because when we talk about diversification of economy, we are looking at agriculture and solid mineral. So Mr. President should bring in eggheads in those two areas, rank pair and rank hole. If they are not there, he should do a redeployment or bring in people who have expertise in these areas. Because the value chain in agriculture is enormous. Mr. Mike, I tell you that when Nigeria was better than, Nigerian economy was better than that of Britain, our economy mainstay was agriculture. We were cultivating cotton here. Our textile mills were up and running. Kaduna mill, Asaba mill, name it, all over the place. And raw material was here. We were sourcing it here. We are cultivating wheat for flour production. We had the era of Granite Pyramid. We had the era of where they were tapping rubber with which to manufacture shoes, so farm bed and all that. We're equally exporting the raw material. I remember after my ended 10 days, I worked with a company where we refined rubber dropping from rubber tree into crumb. That crumb, they bake it into block form, we export it. It's used for shoes, so farm bed and all that. So, and the reason that was obtainable is because we had an economist in my state. He's late now. One Dr. Rewa, who planted rubber plantation. So where he had people, they were tapping rubber from his own plantation to get that raw material. Because as we speak, you cannot see rubber plantation anywhere in South. They have been cut down. So what I'm trying to say in essence is there's so much in agriculture that we need to leverage on. And the government must get it right in terms of who you appoint as the Minister of Agriculture. We have not yet gone into the area of livestock. Go and verify. The best wine in the world is from Israel. And this is gotten from through agriculture. If you ferment any fruit, the droppings, if you refine it, you already see. In fact, without refining, if you ferment any fruit, alcohol is what you are getting. So The value chain of in agriculture is too enormous.
And the president needs to focus on it.
You must put in somebody that has knowledge about it. This is not politics. And when it comes to diversifying the economy into solid mineral, our steel, we can capture Africa, we can have the potential to capture African market. I understand that one is being affected by international politics. But if you can deal with that politics at the international level, make our steel to work, we capture African markets. But you need an expert, not just because you want to give position to your cronies, your political associates, to satisfy people who work for you. No, this is beyond satisfying people who work for you. We want somebody that will make the economy work. And the two major areas are agriculture and southern mineral, then power.
I'm sure the government is listening and the needful will be done. All right, thank you, Machi. I appreciate it. On this note, we say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join us next time on the same platform. I remain Michael Adekule. Behind the camera, I have the videographer, Daniel David. Viewers across the globe, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow is another day. Bye for now.